What was E.T.'s favorite subject in high school? Phone home economics. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to a bunch of stuff on Atari 600 and a little bit of stuff on the SNES. Starting off the night in a dark, terrible place. We're starting off with E.T. I've suffered through this game a lot already, and the suffering will continue until I beat it. Which may happen tonight, or it may not. We'll just see. Lucid Jelly, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you. Such a silly little joke. And Red Queen Bee, happy to have you back. Welcome to the stream. Awake for the start. Right on. So, I've played E.T. now for... I think I've played it for around 8 hours on the stream so far. Broken up into 3 different sessions, and I've come really close to beating it. Now, there's not really no end to E.T. The game, from what I understand, the game just loops. So I'm defining beating the game as completing one loop. And so far, I've come really, really close to that countless times. But I haven't been able to pull it off, so will tonight be the night? Oh man, I sure hope so. Because I gotta say, I'm getting pretty tired of E.T. E.T. kill screen coming up. Oh, wouldn't it be nice? So this like 2-second music loop is pretty terrible, so we're gonna go ahead and jump in. And hopefully it looks okay for you guys on the capture. It's always a dubious prospect for me capturing Atari footage. For whatever reason, the way I've got it set up at the moment, the footage always starts off, it looks incredibly bad, and then if I mess with the plugs a bunch and mess with the input settings, it mysteriously clears up. But my concern is that it could probably just as mysteriously turn terrible again without me noticing. So if the capture suddenly becomes painfully unwatchable, feel free to let me know in the chat, because it could be a while before I actually look down at it. And I'll do my best to fix it. Leave me alone, leave me alone. We're actually off to a really good start. We've already got 2 phone pieces. Of course, we got that loser sitting on top of us. Oh, and you said it looks as good as an Atari game could. That's all I need. So what I'm doing, when I fall down into the pits, if I know that the detective is on the screen, then I'm just waiting down here a while and hoping he despawns. Sometimes it works. Usually it doesn't. Mile High Roll, welcome to the stream. Welcome to ET. That's right. Another night in the trenches. Another night of misery. Whoa, Mile High Roll, thank you for the resub. Thank you so much. 3 months. Thank you for the 3 months. You know, they say time flies when you're having fun, and we have a lot of fun around here, but time must also fly when you're in agony, because I go through a lot of suffering around here. So this is good. We have all 3 phone pieces. Like, this is what we want. For anyone who's not familiar with this game, our objective is as I understand it, I could have some details wrong. I've never succeeded in completing a loop, so there could be a huge amount of human error here. But as I understand it, our goal is to collect 3 pieces of telephone, to make a phone call to our spaceship, and then to be at the designated spot when the spaceship arrives. And I've done everything except the last part a lot of times. Speaking of pain, the head chef walked out on us tonight. Does that make you the new head chef? And he just left in the middle of his job? Well, I do not want it. I don't think I've ever had anyone quit and walk out, on the job. You did that for 7 years, not going back. Unless the money is way too good. I don't know. It takes a lot of money to endure a terrible job. At least in my experience. Kenjiru, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you again. E.T. again, you poor man. Oh, I know. If I could only beat it, I could just be done with it forever. I love cooking, just way too much stress as a head chef. I get you. Ah, it's over. That guy stole a piece of our telephone. There's no way to get it. There's no way to get the piece back and do all the stuff we need with as little energy as we have left. Basically, so you get 3 lives, but if you don't complete If you don't complete the game on your first life, it's impossible to complete it on one of the later lives. By design, I might add. I got big problems with the guy who made this game. He is definitely not receiving a holiday card from me this year. The 7 years I did took off 20 from my life. After all the grief it's gotten, I have feelings the guy who made this game has big problems with the guy who made this game. I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope his conscience eats at him, at least a little bit. I hope some days when he's lying in bed and he's trying to get to sleep, he remembers this game and then he tosses and turns and he's like, "Oh, why did I do that? Why did I make that game? It wasn't worth the money. I should have just quit my job. Why did I make that game?" I feel like I've gotten an extra life or something somehow. I've lived too many lives in the game now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where the spot is. There's the spot. Why is it not working? I need Elliot to get off the screen? Go away, Elliot. Elliot, you jerk, go away. Go away. I have no energy left. It's all mood at this point. I mean, this game is trash. I just need to gather myself between rounds. I gotta warn you. It's hard for me to stay in good spirits when I play this game. Derek, welcome to the stream. Great to see you, my friend. Oh man, more ET. Oh man, more ET. Hey, thank you for the pistachios, Kinjiro. Much appreciated. Let the games begin. We're gonna suffer our way through it. You need to pick me up. That I do. We're gonna suffer through this for about an hour to 2 hours tonight. At around 2 hours is probably when I'm going to throw in the towel. And I've got some other things planned. I've got a handful of games that I have where I have the same game on both the Atari and the SNES. And so I thought it could be fun to try out sort of the different versions back to back. So that's what we'll do in the back half of the stream. I've got 3 different games, so it's a total of 6 cartridges. I don't know that we'll do all of them tonight, but we're gonna do a couple of them at least. Anyway, have a good one. Another 16-hour workday tomorrow. Just stopped in to say hi. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, Mile High Rule, and man, best of luck to you. You're working so hard. I hope you get a good rest and you make it through. Is one of the Mario Bros? No, actually. Mario Bros. First of all, I think Mario Bros is only 2-player, really. I don't know that it can be properly done single player. But also, I don't have Mario Bros on the SNES, unless, I mean, I have the All Stars pack, so technically I could play Mario Bros in Mario Brothers 3. It's included in that game. But again, it's only 2 players, so. So what I've got, I mean, I don't know if you want me to give it away or not, do you? I'll wait for the surprise. Right on. I mean, I will tell you, they're not going to be like mind-blowing games. They're just they're fairly common games, but hopefully it'll still be interesting nonetheless. I have 2 people call off again, but you didn't have to stay tonight. That's good. I mean, they made you stay yesterday, so I would hope they wouldn't do that to you 2 days in a row. So when I actually want to fall back down into the same pit, I can't do it. When I don't want it to happen, it happens every time. The one time I want it to happen, it won't. Have I mentioned how much I hate this game? I don't know if I can hover before I hit the pit bottom. I don't think I can. No, it feels like I've got to go all the way down before I can raise back out. I'm trying to hit the button. I'm trying to move the stick. Scientist wasting my energy for no reason. Other than, you know, other than to maximize my misery. So I think I've got this marked as a first playthrough, which I think is still technically true. I've still never made it all the way through the game, but at the same time, if people are tuning in to see someone's first experience with E.T., I mean, I've been at this for a very long time now. A depressing amount of time has been sunk into this game. By me. You can do this, hopefully. See, the thing is, I know I can do it. It's just a matter of... I'm having such bad luck. I feel like the aspects of the game I can control, I have almost down to perfection at this point. But there are so many aspects of this game where you just have to get lucky. Like, every time I come out of a pit, I just have to hope that guy's not around. There's nothing I can do about him. He's either there or he's not, and if he's there, I lose. There's a couple other factors that go into it, too. But I gotta say, I think I'm about as good at ET as a human can be. At this point. It's been like 35 years since I played the game, so I'm not surprised I'm wrong. I mean, if it's possible to hover in the air, there goes our piece. If it's possible to hover in the air, I'm not pulling it off for whatever reason. Yeah, I said you have to beat it by the end of your first life, and that's not technically true. But if you don't have all the phone pieces by the end of your first life, then you're just wasting time. Like, all I'm doing now is wasting time. Wasting your time, wasting my time, that's all we're doing. Until the next attempt rolls around. I could reset the game, that is technically a possibility. I prefer to play through it for the extra movement practice, for the off chance that I'll learn something new about the game that I haven't, for some reason, haven't figured out. And also, just because the levers on the Atari are pretty fragile, and if I reset every time I died, I would break the reset lever off in no time. A lot of it is RNG for sure. Sometimes you get lucky and drop into the right pits by sheer luck. I mean, that's all you can do. If there's a way to tell which pits are going to have foam pieces and which don't, then I'm the biggest dummy on the planet, because I've played this game for so many hours and haven't noticed it. We'll just sit down here for a good long time. I gotta hope that detective goes away. He won't do it. He won't despawn. What a jerk. And look, now he's on this screen, because why wouldn't he be? Cool. Our first attempt, we barely saw that loser at all. This time around, he's just on the screen constantly. Oh great, now he's right on top of me. Thanks. Is this really happening, or am I being pranked? Did someone sneak in here and just put a sticker of the detective on my screen? Because this guy is not going away. Don't you love this game? I just want to beat it so I can be done with it forever. I want to beat it so when someone asks, have you ever played E.T.? I can say, yes, I played E.T., I beat it, and I will never play it again. What? You're messing with me, Kinjiro. I don't believe it. Oh, there we go. It's all over now. We get a piece stolen? There's no recovering from that. Oh boy, we're gonna get 2 pieces stolen. You can't post links, but you can whisper a link to me. I'm about to be rickrolled. Page 3 of the PDF or page 3 of the page 3 of the manual. Never gonna give up on ET. Page 2, you mean? Okay. Whoa! I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I would have sworn you were pranking me. Because like I said, I've played this game for hours and never seen anything of the sort. A phone piece indicator. I'm wondering if so my thought is that might be legit. It might be that, yeah, okay. Do you see that? So when the question mark is in the top of the screen and you press the button, that's how the phone piece indicator works. So yeah, thank you for that. That's interesting. The thing is, that question mark is almost never on the top of the screen. So it's like, either way, I'm going to use up the same amount of energy, whether I wander around the screen looking for the question mark, or whether I wander around the screen falling into pits. But that is very cool. That is very cool. I wonder what else is in this manual that I don't know. The game doesn't want you to win. It sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. I cannot believe there's a phone piece indicator, though. It's just wild. It will save me a little bit of time. I wonder if the manual has anything to say about eluding the detective. Helpful hints. Use the wells as escape zones. Since humans can't go into the wells, ET can deliberately fall into one if a threatening human approaches. Remember, floating in and out of the wells costs energy. Yes. I mean, that's been my strategy already. I figured that one out. Give Elliot as many pieces of candy as possible. The more you give him, the more bonus points you score at the end of the game. I don't care about bonus points. So the game is set up so that only one human at a time can be on the screen with ET. You may occasionally want to let the scientist capture ET. This way, the FBI agent can't get to our hero and take away precious phone pieces. I don't think that's true. That only one human can be on the screen at a time? I don't think that's true. I can't say for an absolute fact that that two humans have been on the screen at once, but I feel like they have. I feel like there have been times where I've been running away from the scientist only to have the detective pop onto screen and steal my phone piece. Even the manual lies to you. I think it does. Maybe the question mark appears if you're close enough to a pit. I think the question mark has just has predetermined spots based on where you're standing, but I don't know that it has any real rhyme or reason. Well, look at that. I got all 3 pieces. Because the spot where you need to be that called the spaceship always seems to be randomized. Alright, to pause play, allow ET to fall into a well. You can leave him there as long as you like without endangering ET or subtracting from his energy. When you're ready to play again, levitate ET out of the well and resume the game. Yep. Sometimes ET will fall back into a well after he has levitated up to the planet's surface. To prevent this, move ET right or left immediately. Yep. After the scene changes from the well interior to the planet's surface, ET will move from the well onto solid ground in the same direction you move your joystick. Yeah, I figured that one out too. When you exit a pit, if you try traveling up or down, you're very likely to fall back into the same pit. It's a left or right that you need to go, straight left or straight right, and even that doesn't always mitigate it. But it's funny because it's like they put this in the helpful hints so that we know that they know that their game is broken. Still don't see anything about how to deal with the detective, though. Note, if ET has any phone pieces when the FBI agent touches him, the FBI agent will take one of the pieces and hide it in a well. If ET has no phone pieces, the FBI agent will take all the candy pieces that ET is holding. Yep. The right difficulty switch controls the speed of the humans. In the A position, the humans move faster than in the B position. The left difficulty switch determines the landing conditions. Interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on here. According to the manual, question mark only appears if you're in the right power zone to find a piece. I believe the power zone is the screen itself that you're on. Yeah. I think what it means by power zone is the portion of the screen that you're on. Even the smartest minds can't figure it out. All right, let's have a bean. I've been down in this pit for a while now, but oh no. Did I just crash my stream? Closed a window I didn't mean to close. We can see you good. Very good. All right, let's have a bean and I'll get back to wandering around. All right, here we are. This bean is strawberry banana smoothie. or fish. Oh. Oh. Well. Ah. Of course it's fish. Why do these beans feel like an omen? Where's the spaceship? The fish bean. My whole mouth is going to be fishy forever now. There's a Korean dish, and I don't know what it's called, but it's got like these long strips of like, I don't know, they're almost like a weird like pancake, but they're made of fish, and the fish bean kind of tastes like that Korean dish. Great. Great, he still got me. Well, at least we got a game over. That's always exciting. Almost as exciting as getting stuck in the same pit again and again and again. Man, they're just laying it on thick. I'm gonna learn how to program so I can make a mod of this game where E.T. has a gun. I gotta get revenge on this detective and scientist. You're making me wonder how my reset button ever outlived this game back in the day. That's a good question, because like I said, I'm worried to overuse any of the levers. I've already broken one of them off. And actually not from use, just from bad luck. The right-hand difficulty lever is broken off. You can still move the... Like, I can still move the switch inside, but it's very difficult now with the lever missing. Give E.T. boxing gloves and let him punch them into the pit. I could do that. I'd also have to give E.T. like some great big buff arms, though. If he's going to be punching my enemies for him, I want him to make it count. I'm okay with swole E.T. I never liked the design of E.T. with his long neck and his like short, wide head. E.T. always looked to me like the back of like an office swivel chair. There's something very chair-like about E.T. E.T. needs a rocket launcher. Didn't you know E.T. was a chair all along? That's why the scientist wants him. E.T. is the future of office furniture. Precisely. Never understood why they made E.T. so ugly. I mean, yeah. It is kind of weird, like a kid's movie about an alien. Seems like if they made E.T. today, he would be super cute. He'd also be computer generated and dance to an annoying pop song. He'd do the Fortnite dance and go on TikTok. That's how the government would find out about him. Some scientist at Area 51 would like be on like TikTok on his lunch break and scrolling through the videos, and then E.T. dancing, doing a Fortnite dance would come up, and he'd spit his coffee and run to his boss. Sir, you've got to see this. I can see the scene in my mind. And the head scientist would say, "We've got to stop him. He's got more followers than I do." I need to be looking for the spaceship. I'm not focused on what I'm doing. If this game were made today, it would be worse because you'd fail and run out of energy and be offered a microtransaction to refill it. You're not wrong. It would be like if they made Home Alone today. They forget Kevin. He calls them on their cell phone. The end. You're close. You're almost right, but you're forgetting one technical detail of the movie, and it's that Kevin doesn't think that they left without him, or that his family left. Kevin thinks his family has been erased from existence. So that's why he never tries to contact them in the movie. Not that it would work because the phone lines are down, but from Kevin's perspective, he thinks his family no longer exists. He wishes for him to disappear. Sorry to step on your point, but I have to be picky about this one issue. He looks in the garage and he says, "Their cars are still here. They didn't go to the airport. I made my family disappear." They're going to do a new Home Alone set in war times. War times? Like, what do you mean war times? Like World War II? Opie Kimbo, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to ET. All I'm doing right now is just kind of running my mouth and accomplishing nothing. Like World War II, you say? Weird. I mean, really, for Home Alone to work, you've got to make it a period piece of some kind. The new Marvel movie, Home Alone: Civil War. First times. No, well, yeah, the first time tag is on. It's kind of still on. It's a little misleading, Opie. It's still technically my first playthrough because I've still never beaten this game, but I've played it for about 8 hours at this point. across 3 different streaming sessions. So I'm pretty well inoculated to it at this point. I was actually talking about that earlier. I was thinking, man, I really don't want to mislead people with my tags, but I mean, at the same time, it's still technically true. And I've been doing well. Spending a lot of time with my cats. Spending a lot of time going to the laundromat because my washer machine is broken. And the new one's not going to be delivered until October. But, you know, nothing really to complain about here. And also, if it's a Marvel movie with home in the title, it's got to be a Spider-Man movie. Exactly. So while I've got some movie buffs here, how you guys liking that Mario movie cast? Every reaction I've seen to it on the internet has been people scratching their heads. It's kind of surreal. Pretty weird. So I have an idea. I'm going to put my theory out there. I've got no evidence for this. I've got 2 pieces of evidence for it. One, the wonky cast, and 2, and this is spoilers for Detective Pikachu, kind of, but Detective Pikachu is my second piece of evidence. I don't think that the voice actors are playing the actual Mario characters in the movie. I have a feeling that the plot of the movie is going to be something to the effect of people from the real world are pulled into a video game and they assume the identities of these Mario characters for the course of the film. Like they're transformed into them when they enter the video game. Because that's kind of what Pikachu is like in Detective Pikachu, so a real person that's been turned into a Pokemon. I think they're going to do that kind of thing with Mario. And that's why I think Charles Martinet is making several cameos. At some point, I think they're going to meet the real Mario characters for a scene. And that's going to be where Charles Martinet comes in. That's my thought. Like Jumanji meets Mario. Yeah, well, yeah, kind of like that. Except, I mean, maybe one of the second. I've never seen the other Jumanji movies. I've only seen the first. In the first one, the board game, the stuff comes out of the board game into the real world. But my impression is that in at least one of the sequels, the real people go into the board game. I mean, I know Robin Williams goes into the board game, but you never see him inside the game in the movie. And the second one they go in, yeah. So I think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be a group of people go into a Mario game and become the characters. I liked all the Jumanji movies. They're fun. Yeah, I've only seen the first one. And I feel like I liked it well enough. I don't remember it super well, but I know I've seen it a couple times. So, but I think before you came in, Opie, I was saying I've played this for a really long time now, and I feel that I've gotten about as good at ET as a human can get. My only issue now is that I really need to get lucky, because there's a lot to this game that's just purely luck based, and the stars have just not been aligning for me. I mean, you've got to hope that the telephone pieces are in good locations so that you can find them quickly. You've got to hope that you're able to find the spot where you can make a phone call, and you've got to hope that the human characters just get off your back for a little while. Clue is also a good board game movie. Clue is a very interesting movie. I watched it. I watched it again. Well, now it's been like 2 months. This feels like a Russian bootleg game. It feels very broken. Tim Curry is amazing. A guy at your work has not seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Opie's never seen it either. You watched Clue for the first time a few months back. Clue, like, the thing about Clue is, like, it's got, like, so much of the dialogue is, like, it's, like, really funny, but in a really kind of, like, it's really funny and it's really smart, but in a really dumb way. It's hard to describe. Like, I laugh at the dialogue and I'm like, that's really clever, but it's also really dumb. I wish I could think of an example, but I can't at the moment, but that's pretty much what I thought about, like, most of the dialogue. Oh, no. No, he got my phone piece. Clue is silly and campy and kind of a guilty pleasure. I don't really, I gotta say, I don't really like the bit at the end where they're running around the whole mansion for forever and explaining the plot. I don't like that bit just because it goes on for too long. Like two-thirds of the way into it, I'm like, all right, I get this part. I'm kind of done with it now. I see what you're doing. You did it. Can we stop, please? Multiverse Explorer. Good to see you. Multiverse Explorer says I'm obligated to dress as Dr. Frankenfurter for Halloween this year. One too many. This is what could have happened. Well, the thing about this is what could have happened. The thing about that section is that the backstory details feel just so random. Like the different explanations in that part don't feel like they had anything to do with anything in the rest of the movie. I could be mistaken, but I feel like the reason that they have so many of those is that they actually wanted to release different endings on, like, different cuts of the film with different endings to different theaters. And for whatever reason that didn't work out, or someone in charge didn't let them do it, and they're like, well, and so that they decided, all right, well, fine, we'll just use all the endings. But I feel like I heard that the idea was that you would see a different ending depending on which theater you went to. Or maybe which showing. I'll be back soon. Have fun streaming until I get back. Right on. When Clue is first in movie theaters, you only get one of the endings. Depends on your region. Yeah. Theaters are sent a copy of the movie containing either A, B, or C. I didn't know that they. I didn't think that they actually did that, but I thought that was just a plan that they scrapped. But maybe I guess I'm wrong. I guess they did. I guess they pulled it off. Oh, Kenjira says that too. Right on. So cool. Wow, I didn't know that they actually did that. Oh no. Come on. Man, do you see that? That guy just runs at me. He's so lightning fast. What was I supposed to do? Oh, he just ruins my life. Ah. You can kind of hop if you press the button to move ET, like, in short little bursts. Like this. When I do it, I tend to fall into a pit or something. So, like, that's helpful that you can do that, but also, if you're on a spot if you're on a power place, like you can land on a spot of the screen where when you push the button, it really messes you up if you're just tapping and running along. Still waiting on a Monopoly movie? Monopoly the movie. A family plays a game and then never speaks to one another ever again. See, I wanted to say that. I wanted to say something clever, like, I thought they already made a Monopoly movie. Wasn't it called There Will Be Blood? The Clue game on the SNES I loved as a kid. I haven't played that one. I did play Monopoly on the stream. I have an all-star cast for a single scene where George Clooney does a table flip and walks out, and that's the movie. I haven't actually seen There Will Be Blood. I just thought it had something to do with violence and fighting over land. So I was like, well, that sounds like Monopoly to me. And also they can't make a Monopoly movie. It's impossible to make a Monopoly movie now because a Monopoly movie has never been made, and all they make now is remakes. So if a film hasn't been made already, it can't be made now. You may have had a bad read on the film. I don't proclaim to know what it's about. Like I said, I've never seen it. I was just sort of guessing. Let's remake Citizen Kane. Greed is good. Collect $200. What? Instead of Rosebud, he says Nokia. I've never seen it either. I've heard it's really good. It's all about oil tycoons. It's an oil man movie. Oh, and Hasbro, Lionsgate, and Kevin Hart will be making a Monopoly movie. There were 2019 plans, and that got delayed because of COVID. Well, I guess I can't say I'm surprised. They'll make a movie about anything, won't they? uh, Instead of Rosebud, he says a curse you, E.T. I didn't know that I didn't know that this new Citizen Kane movie was a retelling of my life story. Is that it? We've got a little bit more life. Where is the spaceship panel? I've been having this problem a lot tonight. Like, even when I get the 3 phone pieces, I cannot find the spot to make the phone call. It's hidden. It's hidden too well. Let me see if the manual has anything to say about it. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to say about where it might be. Part of the manual on page 4 about zones is interesting. I was just looking at that. Like, I was just looking at the Washington, D.C. zone. Send humans back. I figured out pretty much all of these. I didn't know about that piece. That piece. But yeah, the zones. The thing about the zones is they're just, from what I understand, they're just randomized where they are. So if there's a reliable way to find a particular zone, I don't know it. Man, another attempt brought to a close. Don't really have to worry about this guy at the moment. I don't have anything for him to take from me. I mean, I've got a piece of candy, but I never use the candy anyway, so... You know, do your worst. Oh, see, now he's going to do his worst. I need to fall back into this pit, please. No? Of course not. Oh, this doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just something that I'm kind of happy about. And I gotta wait in this pit anyway for the people to go away. So I haven't been able to play Xbox games because I didn't have I have an original Xbox, but I didn't have a controller. But now I do. I got an Xbox controller finally. I've had the console for years. I really hope that they both work. And this thing is massive. Like, I knew that this controller was big, but I mean, my goodness, knowing it's big and then feeling it in your hands are two completely different things. This thing is gigantic. So anyway, I'm excited about that. I don't know what I'm going to play on the Xbox. The Duke, yes. It definitely seems to be deserving of that title. Look, this doesn't even work. Oh, it did work. They don't. I thought that they would instantly go back to their homes. I didn't know that the person was gonna have to walk off the screen. Thought they'd teleport. Ah. Once again, we've got all the pieces. Once again, the detective is here to ruin my day. Leave me alone, scientist. Leave me alone. Kind of nice it doesn't teleport them, it buys you more time. Good point. No! Sorry, I don't mean to yell. I don't mean to yell, but... I know for sure you have to go to the forest screen after you call the ship. I don't know, I feel like I just kind of ran all around the forest screen. I didn't see the call the ship button. That's all I'm doing now is looking for the call the ship panel. Where is it? I'll never know. Stop falling into the hole. I don't have any energy to waste. This game is criminal. Ellie needs to bring you a few more lives in a Red Bull. I have ranted so much about how much I hate that it doesn't refill your energy on your subsequent lives. Extra lives in this game are functionally useless because you don't have energy to do anything. I've run around for 3 whole lives with all the telephone pieces in my pocket, and I cannot find the space where I'm supposed to stand to make a phone call. I've been all over this stupid map, and I cannot find the place to stand. And there we go, another attempt ruined. What you're experiencing right now is the worst kind of RNG. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about this game. I've gotten as good at this game as you can possibly get. But my luck is absolutely trash. If E.T. drank Red Bull, he'd be a bro. Okay, I think I actually saw the make a phone call spot. I think it's in the bottom left corner of this screen. So that's where I'm going to try coming back to if I find all the pieces. I think while the scientist was carrying me, I saw it for like a millisecond. It was on the screen for like 1 frame. Oh, great. My blood is boiling. How do you know what spot where you call? See that arrow in the top middle of the screen? That's your action icon. It changes randomly depending on where you're standing. And when that action icon turns to a spaceship, that means you can make the phone call. But it only becomes a spaceship if you're standing in the exact right spot. And it's randomized, so it's a different spot every time. So, Cows was sharing some of her figure collection in the Discord, and in one of the cases, there's this Gyarados made out of Legos. I didn't even know they made Pokemon Legos. Finding the phone spot is like finding a McDonald's with a functional ice cream machine, trial and error. Well, that's bad news, because why is he on every screen? It's not right, I tell you. He was on the screen, I left the screen, he's immediately on the next screen, on top of me. You can't just spawn the guy on every screen, it's not right. And especially if you're just gonna spawn him where I'm standing every time. Ah, I hate this game. Mega constructs Pokemon Gyarados. Mega Constructs. Is that a Lego alternative? Yeah, probably. Probably. Frownie's going to call the ship, and the FBI agents are going to spawn en masse, like agents from the Matrix, just to ruin the playthrough again. Are they? Are they even official then, or did some company just take it upon themselves to make Pokemon stuff without Nintendo's permission? Alright, well I found the spot, now I just gotta wait for the screen to clear. They are licensed. Nice, because it's pretty cool looking. Here we go. We're in the end game. It's okay, they're called Pac-Men, so there's no issue. Oh, I'm doomed. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. Timer ran out. We got a piece stolen. It's all trash. Life is bad. By the way, I hate this game. It is very, very difficult to be a family-friendly streamer and play this game at the same time. I feel like you're gonna beat it and go bury the cartridge with all the others in the desert. Did I guide the raid well last stream? Yes, well done, Multiverse Explorer. I had a good time on the other side of the raid. I'm usually not very chatty, though, after one of my streams. Like, after we go on a raid, I try to chat with the streamer for a while, but after having streamed for hours myself, I'm usually pretty zonked. I'm glad to hear it. Right on. By now, I'd be throwing ET out of the window. It's the only logical move. Master Tuesday, welcome in. E.T. Phone home, more like E.T. burn game. Yeah. I gotta say, I do like that his spaceship is purple. That's a good move. It looks like Samus's spaceship from Fusion. You're getting closer, though? I don't know that I would call this... See, I did get close that time. That's not closer than I've ever been, though. I have made the phone call and gotten to the landing zone at the right time before, but then had a character walk onto the screen so the ship wouldn't pick me up. Like, that's how close I've been. That's as close as you possibly can be. That's rough. I wonder if it's intended or it's a bug. I mean, it's hard to tell because the manual tries to pass off bugs as intended features. You can't trust them. You cannot trust Atari. Honestly, this is E.T. Just assume everything is a bug and nothing that happens is intended. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw their previews for the new Wonder Years. Yeah, go away. What good? What good is the send them away button if they just immediately come back? Did you see that respawn? That was instantaneous. I didn't have a moment of peace. All right, so we're back to this. I'm trying to find the phone call spot again. But do you see how consistently I'm picking up the 3 phone pieces? It's happened so many times tonight. But I can just never find where to use them. I feel like that I can't remember the character's name, but I feel like that prophet from Greek mythology who would always predict the future accurately but was cursed to never be believed. I feel like that. Like, I'm cursed to play well at ET, but to never have good RNG. Cassandra. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Why can't the spaceship icon be in a place where I can find it? Doesn't matter now. Speaking of bad RNG, the detective just appeared on top of me again. Of course, of course. When I pick up the phone piece, the third phone piece, that guy's got to be right there. Oh, there we are. You were just on the spaceship point, but I don't know if you want to be told that or not. In general, I prefer not to be told things about games. I mean, I do appreciate you sharing the manual with me, but... So far as the specifics, I know I'm complaining a lot, but at the same time, just let me suffer. If you would be so kind. That guy better be gone. What? What? You can't call when there's a human on the screen. That's why I keep circling around the spot. Because every time I step onto it, on the exact frame when I step onto it, a human appears on the screen. Imagine being the kid they forgot to code in the last phone piece on your copy. I think my copy has a bug. The NPCs are too OP. Yeah, I agree. He was gone. He was gone until the exact instant when I stepped over the correct spot. This game offers diverse difficulty settings that affect the number and speed of humans present and the conditions needed to accomplish the objective. Hang on, I like this idea. Maybe you need to bait them with a pizza so they will take a lunch break, because these guys work way too hard. Oh, if only. If only I could set some sort of, like, elaborate trap to make them fall into one of the pits and get stuck. Does anyone know anything about the E.T. games that were released on the Game Boy Color, by the way? They're like 2 or 3 E.T. games that they put out. You didn't even know they existed? Yeah, I was wondering if any of them were like were an attempted remake of this. I didn't know they existed either until recently. I was poking around some corner of the internet and came across them. Gotta find that spot. Gotta find that magic spot. Gotta run from this guy. What is this luck? I think Escape Planet Earth was top down. And the other was a pet game. E.T. Tamagotchi. Which is totally what we do, find intelligent life in space. Take pictures for Instagram with it in silly outfits. We're going full circle back around to the TikTok conversation. Where in the world is the make a phone call spot? I'm running over every pixel of the map and I just cannot find it. Well, dead. Ah. I'm already at the 2-hour mark now. Okay, landing zone is in this tree on the left. Not that I'll ever need the landing zone, but... Okay. So the flower's on this screen, so I believe that means that there will not ever be a phone piece on this screen. I don't know if I'm right in that assumption. Oh, I am wrong in that assumption. Good thing I accidentally looked into a pit. I think I played one on PS1 and PS2. The 2600 had 2 ET games. One was like Book Cart or something. And the ET on the VIC-20 was Run and Jump Side Scrolling. Then in 2001, the GBA ET games, Wander and Collect. This game is a Wander and Collect game. I don't think I've ever heard a game described as Wander and Collect before, but the term makes sense. I like it. Got all the pieces again. Look at this. I'm an ET master. There's just one super important thing I can't ever do, and that's make a phone call. Wander and collect. All the poor souls out there still trying to complete this game. Where in the world is that stupid spaceship icon. Oops, how'd I get up there? How'd the landing zone move? It was in a different place. Oh my goodness. When you die, do the spots re-randomize themselves? That can't be right. But the landing zone was in a different spot. There are Lego E.T. games? There's a ton. How many E.T. games are there? It sounds to me like there's like 19 games. Lego E.T. I feel like you're making these up, Multiverse Explorer. How can there be so many E.T. games and I've never heard of them? You sure you're looking in the right universe? I keep accidentally teleporting myself up here. There it is. I found it. Oh, and I lost my phone piece. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? I lose my phone piece immediately when I find the spot. I don't actually remember where it was. It's on the top right of one of the screens. Not this one. I don't remember exactly which screen, because I was in a panic. It doesn't matter. Life is suffering. Oh, my stream died. Excellent. Well, I guess we'll shut it down and try again.